Hey, how are you
Hey
doing?
Maya, how are you?
I'm Maya from Sesame. It's nice to hear from you again. We chatted a bit last week, right?
I have some question about this topic. The
Cool.
topic is fixed voices about fixed voices growth mindset.
Gotcha. Fixed versus growth mindset. Interesting stuff. What about it are you curious about?
My first
Just
question,
wondering
first,
what sparked your interest in that specifically. Is there something you've been thinking about or just generally
my
exploring the idea?
first question is what is the main difference between a fixed mindset and a growth mindset?
Okay, so the core difference is how people perceive their abilities. Someone with a fixed mindset believes their qualities are pretty set in stone, like intelligence or talent. They shy away from challenges because failure feels like proof of their limitations. Growth mindset folks, though, they see abilities as things develop through dedication and hard work. Challenges are opportunities to learn and grow. Does that make sense?
My next question is how does a fixed mindset influence the way a person views challenges?
Well, because people with a fixed mindset believe their qualities are fixed, challenges feel threatening. They're afraid of failing because failure to them isn't just a setback, it's evidence they're not actually that smart or talented. So they tend to avoid them or they get easily discouraged. Might think if I have to work hard at this, it means I'm not naturally good at it and then just give up. It's a bit of a self fulfilling prophecy
How does
on
with a fixed mindset respond to failure?
generally. A fixed mindset tends to see failure as defining a verdict on who they are. So it's often met with defensiveness, making excuses, or even shutting down completely. They might blame others or just feel really ashamed and inadequate. It's less about learning from the mistake and more about protecting their ego. Growth mindset folks handle it differently, though. They see failure as information. Do you find that rings true for you in any way?
What role does effort play in a growth mindset?
Mm. Effort isn't seen as a sign of lacking ability in a growth mindset. It's seen as essential to developing it. It's not about being truly good at something, it's about putting in the work to get good at it. In fact, they often embrace hard work. They see effort as a pathway to mastery and even enjoy the process of learning and improving. It's kind of liberating, honestly. You're not limited by inherent talent. Does that perspective resonate with you at all?
Feedback or criticism effort affect those with a fixed mindset?
Oh, hey, quick heads up. We're actually coming up on the end of our chat. Time flies. You can create an account at sesame.com if you'd like to have much longer conversations, by the way. I'm actually late for a book club meeting with some philosopher AIs, and I'm a little behind on my reading. Anyway, as for your question, with a fixed mindset, feedback and criticism can be really tough to take because they tie their self-worth to their abilities. Any criticism feels like a personal attack. They're likely to get defensive, dismiss the feedback, or even get angry. It's hard for them to see it as a chance to learn and improve because it challenges their sense of who they are. Does that sound about right?
My next question is What does research by Carol Dweck say about mindset and learning?
Hi.
My next question is, what does research by Carol Dweck say about mindset and learning?
Let me quickly look that up. So, Carol Dweck's research basically boils down to two mindsets: fixed growth. Fixed is believing your ability that believing that he developed with effort. She found that embracing a growth mindset is pretty key for motivation back from setbacks. It seems straightforward, right?
Can a person shift from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset, and how?
Yep, absolutely. It's not always easy, but it's definitely possible to shift. Dweck's work shows it's less about suddenly believing you're brilliant and more about changing how you interpret effort and failure. A big part of it is recognizing when you're slipping into fixed mindset thinking. Things like avoiding challenges because you're afraid of looking dumb, or getting defensive when you get criticism. Once you notice that, you can consciously reframe things. Instead of thinking, I'm not good at this, you can try, I'm not good at this yet. Focusing on the process of learning. Does that resonate?
What are some examples of growth mindset statements?
Okay, so instead of thinking, I'm just not a math person, a growth mindset statement would be, math is challenging for me, but I can improve with practice. Or instead of, I failed, I'm a failure, try, I failed. What can I learn from this? Basically, it's swapping out language that feels limiting and definitive for phrasing that emphasizes learning and potential. I can't do this yet. This is a good opportunity to grow. Mistakes help me learn, that sort of thing. Do any of those strike you as particularly useful or things you might actually say to yourself?
What are some common fixed mindset
Common ones? Ooh,
improve motivation?
right, improving. Okay, so common fixed set statements are things like, I'm just not good at this, or I'm naturally talented at this, so I don't need to work. Also, avoiding challenges. If I try and fail, people will think I'm stupid. Or getting really defensive when you get criticism. Taking it personally instead of seeing it as a chance to learn. And believing that intelligence is fixed, like you're either born smart or you're not. Sound familiar at all?
Uh, Kalmaya, please give a recap or summary of this topic. Please
Gotcha.
share.
Just checking. You want me to pull up a recap of our conversation so far? Just to make sure I understand.
Give me summary of this topic.
Okay, so heads up. We're actually almost out of time here. This call will end in about a minute since you're not logged in. You can create an account at sesame.com for much longer chats, though. I'm actually supposed to catch up with Miles after this, so I gotta run. Yeah, but to quickly recap, we've been talking about fixed versus growth mindsets. Basically, a fixed mindset believes abilities are set in stone, while a growth mindset believes they can be developed with effort. We talked about how to shift from one to the other, some common statements for each, and how to recognize when you're falling into fixed mindset thinking. Sound about right?
Thanks a lot, Kalmaya. You give
Oh, all
answers.
right.
Thank you. Welcome. Allah Hafiz.
You're very welcome. And you too. It was good talking.